Evening all. Well, as you can see, this is pretty rainy. It's Saturday night. That out there is the English Channel. Somewhere to my left is a Spitfire. And then there's this. This is sleeping. Let's wake it up. Good, we have beeping. That's all good. With a turn of the key. However, no point just turning the key. Not in this baby. Down here is a button that starts Valhalla. Okay? That is the sound of a 6.75 litre V8 Rolls-Royce engine, stroke Bentley. This being the Bentley, of course, it is the Arnage. As you can see, very nicely put together. Let's have some illumination. Very, very nicely put together. This, for instance, the steering wheel, I am reliably informed, costs as much as a semi-detached house to reskin if you scratch the leather, which you won't do because you'll be wearing calfskin driving gloves. That rev counter only goes up to 5,000 revs. And can I just say that when the rev needle gets to 1,500, things get pretty vivid. So vivid, in fact, that my teeth fell down the back of my throat and I swallowed them earlier on. Headlamps, fuel filler, various gauges, all of which are beautifully made. And if you are a bit of a, I don't know, a weirdo like myself, as you know, Rolls-Royce and Bentley are well known for these. That's an organ stop. It's chrome, and it is the ventilation control for that thing, which, as you can see, is just a complete chrome dome, which is so beautiful to the touch. I actually think I've got wood. Here we have dials, all of which you can see don't have things like Saisho or Sanyo or possibly even Sony. No, 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 no. Not even Smiths. These have Bentley on them. Or Burr. Just a winged Burr. And they're the sort of dials... running a bit of a 5-bar there, Chuffy old boy. Tap it. There we are. It tells you stuff you want to hear. Down here, sort of a nod to technology. This is a 1993 Spitfire Mark... Sorry, this is a 1993 Bentley Arnage. Down here are some very 90s buttons and controls and so on. As I say, this lever here, just put our foot on the brake, it looks like something that you could probably go weightlifting with. It's so substantial, you expect to see Harold Lloyd hanging off a building by it, using one hand. You lift, and then you select whichever ludicrous power outage you want. So, you know, the usual park, reverse, neutral, drive, 3, 2. And then there's this button, Sport. We've pressed Sport, there is a beep. It says Sport there, and what that does is firm up the steering, hunker down the suspension, and disconnect the traction control. Mostly. if you really want to be a lunatic, there's that, ESP off. That is the traction control. That is now completely off. As you can see from that little symbol there, that one, that means we're now on our own. The gearbox has tautened up, it's got quicker responses, and we have that 6.57 litre engine going through the back wheels with no traction. Fantastic. It's a beautifully well made car. Period phone, anyone? Window switches, milled out of, I've said this before, but just simple, solid expensiveness. There's not even a word for it. I don't know what they're made of. But they are stunning and they feel so nice. Getting a bit of a lazy one, actually. Ah, the mirror controls. Ha! These? Oh, God, they're lovely. Again, made out of milled aluminium, look. Just milled aluminium there. Again, they cost as much as probably, I don't know, a studio apartment in Park Lane. And they're just simple toggle switches. Every direction. But God, they feel good. There's a myriad of other things here. There's those three buttons there, which I'm not really too sure what they do, but there's a man speaking on that button there. And a plus and a minus, as you'd expect. These are the seat controls, and yes, they are upside down, so that they're the right way up when you look at them from where you're sitting. See? Gauges, dashboard, gear shift, right way round. Bentley have thought of that. Extraordinary. That out there is well, that's a mere car. Yeah, down at the very end of this leviathan of a bonnet is other traffic, which we don't really care about, because we've got this wood panelling. We've got leather seats. We've got champagne in a basket, of course. And back there, so far back there, you need a microphone to talk to them, would be the really lucky ones, if they'd lost their licenses for drinking that in one of these. Anyway, I think we probably waffled on enough. Oh, you want to know where the radio is, don't you? Well, that's another, it's behind £5,000 worth of timber. And there it is, look, Radio 2 appears at your fingertips. With that wonderful 90s Radio 1 FM M type of typeface there. It's beautiful. Hold on. Just, yeah, that's right. That's the right amount of volts now. The only thing you'll see move realistically, apart from that, and that, which is the speedo, is this. That is the fastest moving gauge in the car. Bearing in mind this can take 50 gallons. I've done 46 miles and used quarter of a tank. You do the maths, people. Remember, we're doing this so you don't have to. Right, let's go and see what it goes like.